Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Midefan and welcome to the first episode of the regular show. It's the regular motherfucking show. You may be surprised as to why I'm no longer on the Vendor podcast. Yeah, there was a bit of a switch. It was a bit of a switch. It's nothing personal, it's just, it's just work, just business. I felt like the vision that I had with the guy that I was doing the Vendor podcast with got to a point where it was clashing. We were no longer seeing things the same way, and the only way to solve that without any bad blood was just for me to, that it's fine, bro. It's been nice working with you. We still have a good relationship. He calls me, I calls him when he needs something, but hey man, we can't work together because we don't have the same vision. If we don't have the same vision, it's going to be a problem trying to push this brand, that we wanted that we wanted to grow to be something big. So if you don't have the same vision, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult working with someone that don't have the same vision as you. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I respect that more than just someone who's just gonna say yes, pass, yes, pass, yes, pass. It doesn't work that way. We both creatives. We both very strong young men who really believe in themselves. So it wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna work. We're not fighting. Everything is still cool. So as I said, this is the regular show. My name is Midefani, no Ridby, no Morikai. Some call me Cyril, some call me Midefani, but I prefer Cyril. I prefer Midefani because I know where it comes from and I know what it means. As for Cyril, I've never really took time to actually research as to what that name means. It's a white, yeah, it's an English name. So I don't want to get into race things and all that, but I know where definitely comes from. And besides, man, hey, I don't want to be compared with the other Cyril. We know what the other Cyril is doing in this country. The other Cyril of South Africa is up to no good. We all know. So I refrain from telling people that my name is Cyril because I'm trying to avoid being viewed in the same lenses as him. Not that he's a bad person, but what he's doing is bad. He's not doing his job. He's not decisive. It's like he doesn't believe that he's the head of the state, which for me is very weird. It's the weirdest thing ever, because this guy contested knowing that there's going to be time where you need to be decisive, where there's going to be time where he's going to take decisions that are very uncomfortable to certain people. I was looking for the word, but yeah, take decisions that are very uncomfortable to certain people, taking decisions that are not not everyone is going to agree with, but decisions have to be made at the end of the day, because we're talking about the state, we're talking about a country that has more than 55 million people in it, and then you're just sitting there, you're not making decisions. Decisions are made for you, and you call yourself the head of the state. Yo, excuse me, guys. I've like I'm suffering from flu, so I feel like there's a tickle in my throat. So don't mind me when I'm busy coughing. It's just I'm not feeling well, but I had to shoot this show. I've been waiting for this day because I've been building up, planning, doing all those things to make this thing happen. But it's finally happening. I couldn't let the flu, stand in my way. So as I was still speaking about this guy said the Ramaphosa. The Ramaphosa that our vendor people love so much, but he's a disappointment, man. It's a disgrace. Because other other continents always make fun of Africa and say Africa is the darkest continent, and then Cyril seem to be making that a reality, because we live like load shedding has become part of our lives. We just know that at this time of the day there's not going to be electricity and there's nothing we can do about it. We are used to it. It's part of our daily life. We live with it. So country of load shedding. Apparently, I was just reading this article online. It was like, are you aware that in Zimbabwe there's no load shedding, and you cannot compare the South African economy and Zimbabwean economy, but they don't have load shedding. But at the end, as I read more on that, I do more, I do research a lot. I do research a lot. If I find something fascinating, I'll just sit and just read up on it. There are parts of Zimbabwe that don't have electricity, but those that have electricity never experience load shedding, and we can't compare the population of Zimbabwe, the population of South Africa. Get my point. So, I don't know. I don't know what's the plan, because there are conspiracy theories that they're trying to sell this thing. They're trying to sell what again? Eskimo. They make it look dysfunctional so that the highest bidder can come and then look, I can make it functional. Because there are research made that there isn't much problem at Eskimo. The problem is the people in those in the position of authority. They are the problem. They are making poor decisions. They are not, they are in the pocket of the capitalists, basically. So that one to make Eskimo dysfunctional so that someone can buy it. We lost a SAA already. Denel is dysfunctional. Now Eskimo. So it's going to be a country of without power to all the SEOs, state-owned enterprises. SOCs, man. SOCs, state-owned enterprises. They are called SOEs, but we don't have power because the majority owner now of SAA is a private company. It's a private company. South African government owns 49% of the SAA. I think we head in that direction with Eskimo, which for me is, I don't know. It's terrible. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. We have load shading, it's petrol hikes. We're having ridiculous prices of petrol. I don't think in history of South Africa people have had to pay 27 rand for a liter of petrol. Like a liter of petrol, 27 rand. How, gents? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. A liter of petrol, a single liter of petrol, 27 rand. In less than a decade back, this thing was 9 rand. 2015, 2016, this thing was 9 rand. And what's so weird is, I don't know what's going on in South Africa. In 2020, at the beginning of lockdown, petrol was 12 rand. At the beginning of lockdown, 2020, petrol was 12 rand. And then it went for 12 rand for about a month or two, if not 3. And then it started going up. It was at 15, 17. We got used to that. And then, 2022, everything just skyrocketed. It was like, hey man, what's going on here? And then I don't think this is where this thing is going to stop. I think it's still going to go up. I think we're going to find ourselves paying 30 rand for a liter of petrol, because that's where we are basically. 27 different 3 rand. It's a lot. I don't know. It's scary, my friend. It's scary. Come, it's like inflation. Food prices are going up like nobody's business. When you look at the inflation percentage and the food prices, they don't make sense. The variance is just way too much. You ask yourself, what's going on here? Food prices are regulated. You don't just price food as a big retailer. These things are regulated, but it seems like people now are just, doing as they please, because our leader, our president is not doing his job. They can see that this guy is sleeping. So let's just do as we please. Let's just do that. Let's just do as we please. Because you can't have a cooking oil of 120 rand, comrade. It's unheard of. It's unheard of. You can go to any country in the world. I don't think they're experiencing that. It's just a lot to take in. It's just a lot to take in. Because this thing used to be, 2 liters of cooking oil used to be something like 40 something rand. And it made sense. We were cool with that. Jiggy. It's just a space of I don't know. The weirdest thing is the fact that this thing is just skyrocketed from 44 rand of cooking oil to 200 rand, and then the next thing is 120. Just tell me what's going to happen in the next coming 5 years. 5 years is a long time. In the next coming year or two, What's going to happen? How much is that 2 liter of Coke is going to be? Are we going to survive? And at the same time, people are not getting paid out there, bro. We're not getting paid. They're increasing food prices, petrol prices, what prices, prices, water prices, electricity prices, but salaries are still stagnant. I saw this tweet the other day, like the petrol price is now more than the average. It's more than the what again? The average wage price. I get the average wage price in South Africa is something like 20 something rand, 25, 27. Now petrol is 27. So petrol is like a liter of petrol is more expensive, or it's more than what a person is getting paid in an hour in South Africa. And you ask yourself how. Ask yourself how. We live in a country with its diamonds, platinums, its gold, its coal, its everything, but we're still the poor of the poorest. We'll get engaged in those conversations in this platform. This platform is just a platform where we'll be talking about anything and everything. Anything that I think is worthy to be spoken about, I'm gonna talk about it. And you guys, you can also, send me stuff and just send me things that you want me to explain. Just give my opinion, my perspective on. I will definitely do that. I will definitely do that without a doubt. I will be dropping content on random basis. I got carried away by this thing of Ramaphosa, man. I was supposed to have explained this platform more at the beginning, but I got carried away by the Ramaphosa. So on this platform, I'll be just dropping content on random basis. I could drop on 2 consecutive days. I could drop in 3 days in succession. I'll just drop on a random basis. I'll be talking about anything and everything. And if there's something you want me to talk about, give my opinion, do research on it, and just talk about it, I will gladly do that. I will gladly do that. Just hit me up, on social media. I'll post the social media platforms where you can hit me up, and then we'll see how we can do that. I'm learning. You also be learning. Where I'm wrong, you have the right to correct me. Where you are wrong, I will definitely correct you. Cause that's how it works. So it's the platform where I'll be just talking about anything. And then before I wrap it up, I saw an article. It's not an article, it's a post. That Makhadzi is in Canada and then she's killing the show, as she always does. She's killing the show. Apparently the promoter, the organizer, was like, yo, I didn't expect to see such energy. I've never seen such an energy in my career of organizing events. I have, but I wasn't expecting this. So it's a win for us people from the north of South Africa, Limpopo, Venda to be precise, because Venda music has this threshold that it always hit. You grow, you hit the ceiling. Once you hit the ceiling, it's done. But Makhadzi surpassed that. She hit the ceiling. She even hit the roof. She's up there. So I don't know what goes on with Venda artists. They seem to hit their career always seem to hit the ceiling, but she broke that threshold. She broke that benchmark, and then she's a trendsetter, man. She's a precedent. She set a very huge precedent for upcoming artists. You don't have to start and end up in Venda. You can go international. She's doing it. She's proving to everyone that it's possible. Because you know what? I'll talk about this other time. I'll talk about this some other time. Where I'll be just talking about the Venda music industry as a whole. Venda music industry as a whole. Because I personally feel and think that all the accolades that we are giving Makhadzi right now, the person was supposed to have, being accoladed as Makhadzi is, was Musophile. That guy's been doing music for quality music, proper music, good music for a very long time, but we don't appreciate him. That's why he's still where he is right now. We're supposed to be far by now. We're supposed to be far, like really, really, really far. But because we don't appreciate him, we don't support him, we ridicule him, we make fun of him, he is where he is right now. And we have ourselves to blame for that. So I'll just have an episode where I'll be talking about the vendor music industry and just give my opinion as to what they can do to improve their standard and be taken serious by other people. Because like we consume a lot of other tribes music, we consume a lot of the Maskandis. I listen to Maskandi, I listen to Batranga. I I'm 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 the first, culprit if we are going to prosecute people who don't support our own. I'm the first culprit of that. But sometimes you have to ask me why I do not do that. You don't take yourself serious, guys. That's the first thing. When the artists, most of them don't take themselves serious. But I'll get into that on the episode where I'll be talking about the vendor music industry as a whole. So for today, as the first episode, this is where I call it a wrap. Till we meet again, in the next episode. This is the regular show. My name is Mide Fani, and there's no Ridby and Mordecai. Hopefully I'll get them to come on the show one day. But for now it's me, myself and I, Mide Fani, Cyril Ramaphosa. You can catch me on all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook. Hey, I can't give you my numbers. But yeah, we'll be in touch. We out. Boom boom.